Hey Leo, this is going to be your Will We Be Together love reading for the month of May. This is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with every single Leo. If it resonates with you, that's great. If not, please feel free. You can check out your moon, your rising or Venus sign. I'll try to leave a timestamp in the comment section for when the reading actually begins. I've already pre-shuffled for you. I just need to lay out your spread. So let's speed through this part. Leo, let's get into this. I'm going to read this side as your energy, this side as your partner's. If you resonate more with this side, please feel free to reverse the roles. Okay, so Leo, it really feels like whatever you're doing really has this person sweating. It's a real strong energy of like you're just really feeling yourself right now. It's really interesting because right now you're the King of Pentacles energy. That's Taurian energy. Right now, either you're very focused on taking care of yourself, taking care of those around you, your physical body, taking care of yourself financially. But right now, you are sitting in a place when it comes to the relationship where you are in the seat of power as it pertains to this connection. And there's nothing that this person or anything can do to, usurp you from that position, really. It's, you're in a very powerful place. And there's something about this connection, and I keep getting, because in the past you brought the Fool card. I feel like you took a risk on this person, and whatever that means, I don't know what, whatever that means for you. It feels like you took a risk on this person, and that risk, you feel like that risk didn't pay off. And so you're in this place where you value your time, your energy, whatever it is, so much that you've severely pulled back. And I think it's almost this energy of like, I put myself out there, and the way you viewed them in the past was the Four of Swords. So you felt like either they needed to do some healing, or that they were very closed off. They would go silent. Very, very closed off energy. You viewed them in this way. Like that's how you felt like they were just too closed off. It's interesting because while these things are going on in your life, Leo, where you have kind of stepped into your power with this King of Pentacles energy, and the way you look at this person now is kind of like, and this isn't for all Leos, but this is a little bit of some energy of like, what was I thinking? Like, was this person even worth my time? Risking other things to be with this person, where this person would kind of disappear at times or just would not be ready to invest you're coming up as a king, so they just weren't ready to invest the energy here. It's interesting because while all this is going on for you, they're coming up as the Tower. So there's been some major shakeups in their life. I also feel like there's something that you did here that caused a little bit of this Tower moment. I feel like you just kind of woke up one day and were like, yeah, I'm not dealing with you. Like, I'm good. And I don't think this person quite expected that response from you, especially if you were very loving to this person. Some of you blocked this person, completely shut this person out of your life because you felt like there were times when they shut you out and you just stopped playing the game with them. It's interesting because what they brought to the connection was the Lover's card. They truly had a very, very deep connection to you. What people do with that deep connection, that's a whole nother story. But they felt a very, very, almost as if they felt a pull to you. This person clearly still feels like, this person's just feeling the loss of you pulling away because they feel like you were meant to be in their life. And some of them felt like you would always be there. And now they can feel that distance. They always felt like you were always going to be there with this Nine of Pentacles energy. That's how they viewed you. They viewed you as a Knight of Pentacles, very, very stable, very, very solid. And you're like, I'm not a knight, I'm a king. There's this energy where the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy, but it's very reliable. And that's how they viewed you as someone who they could always rely on and they thought would always be there. It doesn't matter kind of like the interactions that you had, if y'all had fights or disagreements or whatever. It seems like y'all always kind of came back to each other. So they always felt like you would be there. And right now you're in a place where you're just not interested if it's not the Hierophant. If it's not like the ultimate instability, a very traditional relationship, none of this weird third party, and that's not for all of you, but you know, for some of you, sometimes the lovers can indicate a choice between lovers. So I have to mention that is this energy, Gemini energy, is here. But for you, you're kind of like, if it's not stable, it's not solid, it's not traditional, if we're not heading down the aisle for some of you, if that's not the direction we're moving in, or if this relationship isn't going to be not official, and not just official in the public sense, but official in the spiritual sense with this Hierophant energy. If you're not going to honor me like I'm your true spiritual partner, like that you recognize what this connection is, then I'm out. And that's kind of the energy that the spread kind of gives off. And right now, it really feels like you've cut off communication or really, really slowed it. Because right now, they're doubting whether they're even going to hear from you with this Page of Wands energy. Almost this energy like, if I reach out, will they even respond? They're also scared of your response as well if they reach out. This person, you have two different energies, Leo. You're going somewhere, you have a destination, you have something in mind of a direction that you want your life to go in. And you're very persistent with that, you're very dedicated to it, and it doesn't kind of matter the obstacles that get thrown in your path. You're full steam ahead and you have a very, very powerful energy, and they're coming up as a very stagnant energy. Like it's very difficult for them to absorb the punches of life. And for you, you're just very resilient. And I feel like you cutting this person off or cutting off this communication, they aren't dealing with it well on an internal level. It's causing them not to be able to move forward in other areas of their life because they're coming up externally as the Hangman. They are not, this is a very stagnant energy. They're also at a place I can feel here where there's some kind of sacrifice that they're having to make right now. A lot of sacrifices. And you are in a different place. You're at peace with this decision you've made with this Temperance card. And they're in limbo. It's interesting because the way you two view each other, very watery, but you view them as the Knight of Cups. It's Piscean energy. But you know this person loves you. It's interesting because after I say all that, right, you know that this person feels like that they feel this divine connection, this Lover's card, that you know this person loves you, but there's a question in your mind of whether they can love you enough. Is kind of what it feels like. And then for this person, they view you as the moon. There's something about you that right now, the way you're behaving, that they can't figure you out. You feel hidden from them with this moon card. They have no clarity when it comes to you. And that really is throwing this person off completely. Moving forward, what you're hoping for is, it's more important for you right now to maintain the current dynamic. You feel like with this Four of Pentacles energy, that allowing this person either back in your life or in your life or whatever, it could rock the boat a little bit too much. And you've got this peace thing going on. You've got a lot of spiritual downloads potentially, especially with both of these cards coming up. You're focused on your stability, and even though you know they love you, for the time being, for this month, right, you're hoping that you're able to maintain this withdrawal from them with the Four of Pentacles energy. You know the connection will always be there, but you're not ready to engage with them in that sense right now. You don't feel it's in your best interest. Not right now. And this person just wants to understand why that is with the Hermit card. They also, it's interesting because they just want an answer to how this shifted. They really felt like you would always be there for them, and they're feeling a disconnection on multiple levels, not just because you may have cut them off or not communicating, or the communication is more strained. They feel it at a core level, a spiritual level, and that's, they're really wanting to understand what this relationship means at this point. It's very interesting. So for the month, we've got, your outcome. We've got the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Rods. You can tell these two court cards are facing away from each other. This is Sagittarian energy and Cancer energy. Because it feels like this is the month where both of you are going to be focused on yourselves, right? You can see kind of the interplay between the body language of these two cards. But the other part of this that I think is more important is that I feel like intuitively you know that this person would need to grow. They would need to elevate. They would need to mature from this Knight status, especially if they were kind of a very in and out energy in your life and weren't very consistent. And I think you're just turning your back to that kind of behavior. I really feel like you intuitively know that this Hermit energy, they have to go through that to mature beyond this Knight level, because you're coming up as a king. You're coming up as a queen, you see? So what I really feel is that you're loving them from a distance with this Queen of Cups energy. This is the most loving act you feel. and I kind of agree with you, is to protect your own energy. You'll still care for them, but there's some work that they need to do, and you're leaving them to do that. There's a strong energy here where it's time for this person to grow, and you know that this growth is something that they have to do on their own. This is a journey they have to go on. And you know you can't hold their hand through this. It's not what's best for you, and it's really not what's best for them. As much as you care about each other, and as much as, you know, they clearly feel this loving connection to you. So that's an interesting way to end the month. We'll see what happens next month. I hope this was helpful and provided a little bit of clarity for you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.